Hola. All right, today we're going to start our speaking. So this warm up is kind of giving you an idea of some of the stuff that you're going to have to talk about. So I want you to look at my example on the bottom. That's just an example. Don't copy it. And then look at the picture. It says choose one person from either your family or from this picture, and then say their name, how old they are, what their birthday is, describe what they look like, what they do and don't like to do, all of that. So if you look at my example over here, you can see that I hit on all of those requirements there. So you can see how I did it. You can get a good idea. Okay, so we are going to do one review booklet. This has a lot of information that you're going to need for the speaking. So it's a really good place to go to get when you're putting your speaking together. If you need to go somewhere to get words that you may have forgotten, this is a good one to go to. It's just good to review. All right, so here is the speaking. This is what you're doing. You will be describing a picture of either your family or an imaginary family, like the Kardashians. Ugh, no, I hate them. Or some other famous family. Okay, but you have to get approval by me if you're not doing your own family. In this, when you're talking about this picture, and you need to either have it on your phone and you hold your phone up to the camera, or you can print it out and have it that way. Or you could even, if you have it in your like student email, you could upload it into the Schoology assignment so that I can see the picture that you're talking about. Because what you're going to do while you're talking about this picture is you need to tell me the names of all the different people, right? Remember to use se llama George. His name is George. And then explain their relationship to you or each other. So I could say, for example, Sara es mi madre, ella es la esposa de mi padrastro Henry. Or I could say, el nieto de mi abuela se llama John. Right? So we have different options there. Then you have to say the ages of each person. Remember, it's not es 15 años, it's tiene. Tiene. Got to use forms of tener. Then say what each person does or does not like to do. So remember to say that somebody likes to do something, you have to say and then that person's name, le gusta, whatever, or no le gusta. So you can see my example. A mi perro le gusta comer, or a George no le gusta estudiar. Then you need to give a description of each person. Remember to use ser and either physical or both personality traits. So we have this example. Mi hermana Juana es, that's a form of ser, muy bonita, that's an adjective, pero a veces muy atrevida. Or you could say, según mi padre, yo soy alto y perezoso, right? So this is everything that you're going to do, and you need to talk about 4 people at least. If you do not have 4 family members to talk about, you can either add your pets, add your grandparents, add other people in your family, because you need to talk for at least 1 minute. However, just talking for a minute doesn't guarantee that you're going to receive all the points that are on the rubric. So let's go through the rubric and make sure that you understand what it is that I'm looking for. So over here on the far right, that will be the lowest score. So we're looking on the far left, the closest one to here. So if you used a picture of your family and talked about them for at least 1 minute, use a variety of vocabulary, including extra phrases or information. So if you saw right here, I had an extra phrase. So, mi hermana Juana es muy bonita, but a veces, sometimes. So you can see how I have some extra vocab in there. Can you be easily understood? Can I hear you? Is your message clear? What about grammar? Do you use correct grammatical structures most of the time? Do your errors not interfere? Like if you said, I don't know, me gusta bailar, and maybe you got it a little bit wrong, I would still understand. Then here is the nitty gritty. So, do you correctly identify at least 4 family members by name and relationship? You could include yourself if you'd like. Do you give the age of every single family member using the verb tener, right? Tiene 3 años or something. Do you correctly identify at least one like or dislike for your family member for each of those 4 people? And lastly, do you correctly use the verb ser and give at least 2 characteristics, either physical or personality or both or whatever, for each, it's cut off at the bottom, for each family member. So careful, ojo. You will be recording this. You need to show the camera the picture of your family. But like I said, I need to be able to see you and your face and your eyes and your mouth at all times. If I can't see them, I'm going to assume that you're using notes and reading from a script, and I'm going to take 5 points off. So don't do it. So here I have an example. Mi hermana se llama Dora. You can look at this and see how I've met every single one of those criteria, and I even added a few little extra things in there. So this just gives you an idea of what I'm looking for. This tells you everything that you are being graded on. Make sure that you stick to that left column. And